It is time now for sequence. First of the 3 info caches. First of the 3 at the sprint towards the end of the Farside expedition. Get it as fast as you can, it says. We need to gather all of the knowledge of humanity that Director Hale has put in those info caches so that the next civilization can possibly defend against the next creeper attack more successfully. So, ADA says everything is going well. Congratulations, we've arrived at the first world specified. Rift engine upgrade appears to have corrected the flaw. We've remained in the timeline, arrived at a new world. Okay, all of that is good. High yield artillery detected. Acquire, says Sarge. Nullification efficiency should be enhanced by advanced weaponry. In other words, I want to blow up things easier with a big boom. If this isn't Destiny at work, nothing is. Wow, the knowledge of all mankind? Imagine the wonders we might learn. Surely a period of eternal peace will begin. Go in peace, traveler. So, Hippie is actually, probably for the first time in the campaign, mostly justified in the optimism. Family together again. Final quest has begun. All is as should be. Praise be the founders! Our task is set. And this map it's interesting. I like it, but then I don't like it. This side of it is sort of much dangerous than the other, but at the same time, it's kept away from us because it's separated. So, Dark Tower, we've got skimmer factories, spore launchers, blob nests, and this is our info cache, the one for the plot, the one Director Hale has placed. And we've got 100 every second from each of these 5 emitters, so quite a bit of creeper coming on over here. But we don't have to deal with that, we have to deal with this section first. This is the initial gate, then we can come over there. Another info cache here, buried urns. We've got various different mining resources. Advanced artillery that Sarge was referring to, how do we get there? And then, this is the Bertha. If you played Creeper World 3, you're very much aware of that. If not, these basically have unlimited range, or at least very close to it. I think it's unlimited in this game as well. Green R. And now we want resource terrain there. Let's not forget about that, but we'll do it later. We want to set down in this area. And it's a very classic Creeper World idea. That if you want to up the difficulty, and of course towards the end of a campaign you do, then you simply give the player less time. So that's what we have going on here. We're going to be having emitters sending creeper our way with a very short time span to prepare for it. So this is really the only, even decent starting spot where we might have enough room to get up and defend. And we're going to need to be very careful about doing it. I've got sort of a tight window the way that I'm going to set this out to get everything in place. There we are. It's a little touchy putting it exactly where I want it sometimes. And then we'll roll along this way and be set. We're going to throw down our lab here. And then we're going to want to have a cannon right here. And so basically I've timed this out so that we can just barely get this cannon up in time while getting the maximum amount of towers. Actually could build more after this way, but that would make us late. All of this is going to come out. Now, one of the sort of kindnesses that this map throws at you is it does work out that only 1/6 of the creeper, from the emitters that is, not the freestanding stuff, is generated on this part of the map. The rest is over here, and we're going to hit the shutoff valve pretty quickly. So, what's going to happen is you just got to survive the initial push, and you're fine over here from the creeper rush. Now, we're still going to have skimmers, we're still going to have blobs, spores, eggs, and do we have any read-on to put up missile launchers? Of course we don't. So, much like the Tower of Darkness mission, we're going to be building a bunch of cannons and then trying to use them later on offensive purpose, but initially just for defending against aerial assault. So let's get a couple towers going out this way now that we have energy, and you can see just barely enough to survive there. I'm going to throw cannons. Get an extra one over here. This sniper up here is very important. to keep the skimmers and eggs and all of those fun things away from us. We'll throw one over here as well. So lots of snipers going in place, and we're just gonna chill here for a bit. Let's move our mortar forward. I want to push this back. You can see we're already up halfway. And we're like a minute and a half into the mission. So the creeper does not sit around, wait to have a discussion in committee in this particular map. I'm getting pretty low on energy here, so we don't want to push it. This is down, though, enough that I can push up my cannon, and we can grab this. I should be able to go here. And I don't know if this will hold, but I'll try it anyway. Now, we could connect... Get this set up. Down to here, but the Bertha, we're not going to have that much resistance on this side, and the Bertha would just get hit by spores and we'd lose the connection anyway, so kind of a waste of time. We are getting some energy storage up, so I don't want to waste too much of it. Let's throw a couple more snipers on the sides. Oh, I think we lost our connection there. Let's get that back. Just every little bit of energy that we can get. And now we want to really start building cannons. We're going to be shooting eggs in the void, so we're going to want to flank all of our snipers. I want to start with those. And getting close on energy, but I don't think we quite built too much there. Nope, coming out of it. Let's throw a couple more over here. And we're really just waiting for the energy now. While this wears down, the other enemies come and we deal with those. So all of that transpiring. Let's go ahead and throw a couple more there. And then I just want to sort of fill in this area with spaced out cannons. Preparing for spore attacks. I would like to go on more aggressive stance, but really can't afford to do that quite yet. I'd rather take a little extra time here to be over-defended than anything else. And see, we've already shut off. So every bit of creeper that we destroy over here is going to cause them eventually to emit a little bit more. But the thing about it is, most of what they emit is going to be over in this section, which we don't have to deal with. And so gradually the amount we have over here will be reduced, and this goes down because they just can't produce anymore and the mortars wear it out. Okay, let's get those up. Let's get an urn portal and a factory rolling. We don't actually have anything to put in the factory just yet, but we can begin to move out here. It'd be nice to get a refinery up for some liftic, but it's far nicer to just get the energy that we'll be able to acquire. Some more towers. And I think we're going to need to, we're going to need to move you to be in opportune position. And that's not a great spot either. Slide you along. There we are. That should work. Now, another sniper. Let's begin to get some pylons rolling. Having a little bit of struggle with the mouse not wanting to cooperate. Anyway, there's a refinery. I want to throw a couple of you up here. You can play center field. You can come back this way. Now let's do some other things. Let's get a couple snipers going. I'm going to want a terp before too much longer. And I think we have enough energy to throw up a couple mortars as well. So I definitely want to move out here as my next objective. And then once we get this read on, we don't particularly need the lift stick for anything. And notice we have 3 green arm other sets. So we're going to be using lots of lift stick on this map later. We're just getting some stockpiled at the moment. Oh, bit of a deficit. Okay. We'll chill out. That's no problem. Just sort of let that pass. Boom, go the snipers. And you know what? I'll hold you back there for now. You can come out this way. Let's begin getting in place. And of course, you want to make sure that we nullify these, because you can get tricked into saying, oh, well, they're off right now. I don't have to worry about them. Well, whenever we get below the minimum level, maximum level rather it is, then that's not going to be the case anymore. We're actually not quite connected there. Let's throw in another tower to fix that issue. And this is exactly why I come over here, because we have an egg showing up. Let's bring the terp in. And you as well. We definitely want to nullify. So I do find this map somewhat annoying because it just takes time to get to all the things that you need to do. I am going to put mortars, or rather missile here, a couple out here. But there's just a certain number of steps, and there's the constant... It's like being pecked to death by 1,000 cuts, almost. I mean, it's not that extreme, but we're going to be hit regularly by skimmers. And see, there we go. The spore hitting here. That's exactly why I didn't activate that. But we're going to be hit by skimmers. We're going to be hit by blobs, spores, the eggs, the egg fluid in the void. It's not so much that it's hard from this point after the start, because it's not. It's just, it's very easy to make a mistake and then screw something up. So you just sort of have to stay on your toes and not get cocky. Just keep moving along. What's the next little thing I need to do? And eventually, you'll get to the end of the road. So we got lots of read on. Okay, because we've got a bunch of it coming in. Let's go ahead and micro rift. And I also want to pylon over here. Let's see, will that connect? No? How about there? That's a good one for now. And we need to begin moving in more. Get a mortar up there. Get a couple of these up on top. And that's our next sort of bit. We're, of course, working our way around to the info cache. It's our next objective. And here. Ah, there we go. Slide all of you over into that area. You can come as well. And let's definitely throw sniper down over there. More fun coming with us. If you would please. And more snipers to join the party. Let's make sure we get some energy down here. That appears to be working. Okay, let's move about a bit. Nope, you're still not where I want you. We are running a deficit again. But that will be short-lived. We do have an urn. So, fire rate. And I can now transplant some of these cannons. That should help. Not all of you. Let's just take these snipers. Bring you over. And get some good expansion going here. And what I've got over here is definitely overkill. But let's just clear all of this out. And yep, I don't think I've put up another missile launcher. That's going to be a good spot. Somewhere in here should work. Let's work toward getting this thing nullified. Because this is the only other emitter on this side of the map. So once that goes down, we should be in good position indeed. But we didn't quite get it up for that hit. So we will try again. Turp into range. Move out. Everybody move out. We've got plenty of firepower. Just got to get you in position. Fire rate. Looking very nice now on this bit of land. Onward. And of course more skimmers putting in their 2 cents. Let's set up our defensive perimeter. That should work. Cannons out here. And another missile launcher. Okay. This is looking good. Oh, refineries. Must put up refineries. Get the turp in place and we can move onward. Slide back up on the next little mound here. Because we're headed finally towards that first info cache. And as ever, we're going to need more snipers. Another missile launcher wouldn't hurt. Energy collection, always going to be a good idea. Got a bit behind on our pylon, so let's go ahead and make sure that's connecting over pretty close here. And once again, we'll move over some cannons to lead the way. I think I'm quite ready to get snipers over there, but I don't want to wait too long. bring our terp into play. And there's our info cache. So, excellent news. Another peaceful implement to employ in our journey has been discovered. I've scanned the info cache and integrated the schematics for the platform to your build menu. Can be built outside of buildable areas, cross distances, and talk more intimately. Large quantity of liftic is required. And protect them from exposure because they're very fragile. And we can use them to reach the heavy artillery. Let's take a look at these. So, they do require 100 liftic each. But we can use them for crossing points such as this. I'll actually want to build a pylon over here to facilitate that. And then let's see. Where else should we build them? We should probably build them across here because we're going to want to eventually visit that resource terrain. Build one here to get to this. Build one here to get over there. Okay, then you can fit things on them. Now, once the platforms are in place, they don't move. So you want to be intelligent about where you put them. You can string them together if you need to. Let's get these up. I think next item on my agenda definitely needs to be get snipers in place. And then let's throw in our cannon defenses. We're about done over here, and we can move on to the next bit of the operation. Let's see. You can come back over here. Mortars can come back over here. As well as you. Now, our additional fun friends. I really don't think we need mining. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw them on the Berthas. So we can earn them. And for the targeting on these, I don't really even need them yet. So we'll get to that later. I do want to put... See, mortars can slide right on there. So if we put these in place, we can begin clearing that. We can begin clearing this. You can come over. The turret probably won't be needed anymore, but that can come over here. Let's go ahead and throw up another missile launcher. It wouldn't hurt me to throw up another micro rift over here. Okay. So I think all of that is secure. Next up, we're getting these ready, but I want to... We're going to need the energy from here, and then I want to move into this area. My plan is to head on through this dark area and over there. And it wouldn't hurt me to start the Berthas, so we'll go ahead and do that. I want to hit here. Now, they are not perfectly accurate. They don't do as much damage as they did in the other one, but you do get the triple shot if they're earned. Only one if they're not. And I actually want to adjust you here, because we just want to hit this area first, and we'll be visiting that eventually. In order to get to that, though, I want to jump out this way. You know what? Let's put up one more cannon to replace. And let's definitely throw up some more mortars. We need a few more snipers. Okay. So we're looking pretty good. You're not needed over here anymore. You slide in this way. Let's quickly take over all of this fun terrain. Oh. Let's pop a couple of you this way. You won't need to be back this far anymore. And neither will this sniper, really. This sniper can hang out up this way. As can a bunch of you. Let's all go on the attack. All right. You've been knocked out, but I think that's temporary. Set everybody up for defense of the snipers. This is all going smoothly. It just takes a bit of moving everything around to reach the ultimate objective. Another sniper there. Give you some good protection. I think I'm going to want some more cannons, which can be arranged. Probably could have just grabbed them from elsewhere, but whatever. I'd rather have too many of them up and have some spares than not have enough. Alright. So that's good and secure there. Then we just need to hop over to this final bit. I think pylon there would be useful. Emitters are still off at the moment. Okay, let's move these forward. Oh, that might not have been the best timing. Let's see how this works out. We got them. Because our backups were ready. Once again, move up in defense. Okay. Let's get all of you over here. More snipers. I'll move them, but for now we'll go here. And I think we're looking pretty good. We're just going to work our way around. I just sort of want to pile on to the middle spaces here. Let's see. Let's throw you there. Pylon. Pylon. Then it would be obviously good to have missile protection. Cannon here. And given, you know, I think this is going to be sufficient. But I'm not entirely sure, so I'm just going to have to watch how all this plays out. Okay, you're going to slide back here. And now it's time to start building up for the final assault. And we can run out of energy if we're not careful, which is why I'm even bothering to come over here. We're just going to hold because it looks like energy is a little tight. Probably okay there. And now we should have no energy problems once those come up. Not going to bother with anti-creeper. You know what? Let's go ahead just because we can. Throw a missile launcher on there. And back here. Now, what are we going to want to take with us? Well, first of all, porters. We're going to want a few porters. That's not going to work, so let's throw another one down here. We'll do some energy porters to jump across. We are going to need beacons, obviously. We'll go with about 10. Just in case some of them get destroyed. Still looking good. Look at that. 61 income. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous is exactly where I want to be. Let's get a bunch more basic weapons. Mortars. Cannons. And you can see, you know, the job that the Berthas are doing over here. Alright. Let's get some of our beacons in place as they're coming online. And we're going to want snipers as well. And I am almost certainly being excessive here with the build. But, so what? Let's be ready. Let's take this out. We're not going to worry about the side islands. We're just going straight for the info cache. Taking this dark area on our way. Let's move these other ones up in supporting positions. So, porters, you ready to do your duty? You're going to land right here in the corner. And then we're also going to pylon. I'm probably a bit late in getting that done. Let's see. That's a good connection. Here. Here. Then I'm also going to micro rift as well. We're just going to sort of have backups on everything here. Let's go ahead and throw that in place. And then, you know what? I'm going to slide you to the side a bit so that I can pylon here. And we should be able to connect there as soon as we're in place. Okay. We're going to put mortars close. And then cannons a little bit further out. Let's grab a few more. Something like that should be successful. Let's see if we can actually pull this off. Now, the mortars going in first is not the greatest idea ever. So we're going to lose some of those. But we have plenty to replace them with. And we're in position. There's a pylon. There's another pylon. Let's move up. Okay. Yep, and there we go. We've got all of this going on over here. Let's slide you over. This is exactly why I have extras. I want to get a couple snipers in place. Let's establish a cannon perimeter. Let's take care of this dark tower. I'd like to take care of this as well. The skimmer. So you can now move back. I want to push my Bertha fire. We've got eggs coming our way. As soon as this goes down, it'll be much easier to operate. I could try moving beacons in, but I'm just waiting for it. Bertha fire hitting. I think I want to bring in some more cannons. And nothing's getting back to these snipers right now anyway. Okay. So we have clear operational area. Snipers to the edges with guardians. You can come up here, do the same thing. Let's bring up some more. Wouldn't hurt to just throw up a missile over here, just to be on the safe side. I definitely want to go after nullifying these spore launchers quickly as I reasonably can. Okay, let's get out here now. Firepower forward. Knock out whatever they start shooting at us from those eggs. And we didn't make it here. So we're going to try again. We're not far forward enough yet. Let's go after that one. If I can actually see what's going on. It's rather difficult at the moment. There's so many explosions. I'm not even sure where everything is. Okay, this one's coming up. That one looks like it's holding pretty well. Our Bertha's doing well. Yeah, a bunch of eggs exploding, but not enough to harm us. We're down to less than 20 eggs. There we go. That spore launcher is down. This emitter is about to go down. Okay, let's move you here. I don't want to target it on the mesh, because that would, you know, that would miss a lot of the time. But targeting over here, less will flow onto the mesh. That's my goal. And we are still missing. I think that's probably a good location. But we still don't have this wonderful producer under control. Sniper forward. You can come forward over this way. I think we're ready to nullify. Let's get rid of it. Okay. Now you can target over this way. And you can target over here. So that we're trying to eliminate the flow from both sides with the Berthas, and then also lower this down for our crossing. I'm not sure how well that's going to work, but that's the plan with the Berthas. I think it's a reasonable deployment for them. We will pile on forward. Maybe not quite that far forward. Until it, yep, still was too close. But now the nullifier fires, and now we're in business. Let's get right up there on the edge. And I think I really want mortars up. Let's go ahead and throw in some towers for some close connections. Let's see. That's the sniper I want. Yeah, and all that egg stuff is going to blow up. And we're just going to sort of sit here and make sure we absorb it. But we are clearing the path. Bit by bit. Okay, I think we're ready to cross. Throw a few cannons down there. And pylon there will work. Let's make sure we get it cleared out first. I have another turret, but I'm just going to build one. And then we're going to just sort of tower up all the way along here. And let's dig. Let's get this done. Let's get out of here. We're going to go all the way down. We don't think we have to quite go all the way down, but we have to go close to it. Everything now under control. We don't need you here. You can fire at this just for the fun of it. But they're not even getting anything onto the mesh at this point. We're secure on all their areas. They have almost 100k creeper, but we just don't care. And then this is doing its thing, so I think we're ready to rock and roll. Digging, digging, digging. Blowing up more enemies. None of them a threat. How far do we have to go? Are we not actually close enough? There we go. And we have our objective. We nullified half the enemies. Almost there on reclaim. Would have been an easy bit of work to do that. But we are leaving sequence. Alright. You can see the times here. Many of them over an hour. Some of them close to it. Most people taking at least 45 minutes. Of course, some faster as well. But this is not a, 2-minute sit down, get up type of mission. So, next up is Wallace. And this one, just as a bit of forewarning, there's something that happens fairly early on in Wallace that is generally considered by most players to be the hardest thing to deal with. Even worse than the final mission. So, that'll be an interesting adventure. It's definitely a very colorful planet. We'll have that coming up soon. Thanks for watching.